Work on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Pacers have shown that they can be a threat in the East. Coach Rick Carlisle said, there's nothing wrong with high expectations. What you don't want is a situation of apathy, where expectations are low and all you're ever doing is selling hope. That's not why I came here. Brian, back to you.
They are for real. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Pass to Halliburton. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, for all the anticipation around NBA expansion, we might have to pump the brakes. I'm told a number of team owners are a bit hesitant to further carve up the revenue from this new national broadcasting deal, so the timeline may take longer than some fans had hoped.
They'll get there. All right, Shams, thank you very much for that report.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
In transition, here come the Pacers. Outside for McConnell. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
In rhythm, quick trigger, KD at his best.
Time called here. The Pacers decide to talk it over. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated. I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
And that's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Pass to Shepherd. Right wing. For 3, Smith. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Here's Toppin. Over Smith. Another one falls for Indiana.
That's where Toppin does most of his damage, and he's incredibly efficient down there.
Pass to Shepherd. Left side Durant. Jacks up a 3.
Kevin Durant.
And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Hey, you know what he lacks inside, he makes up for with his vertical.
Smith outside. Here's Şengün. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Timeout charge.
Houston calls timeout. You know, looking at T.J. McConnell's start in the NBA. Is it fair to say his days during the process era of the Sixers helped him, Clark?
I don't think there's any question, but I think PJ came to the game with an edge. I watched him play in high school and couldn't take my eyes off of him because he just made plays, whether it was stealing the ball, pressuring the ball, driving and creating for teammates. I mean, he plays with such confidence and energy and tenacity. He's a valuable player to have in your second unit.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
Pass to Okogie. There's the triple.
Josh Okogie.
Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Okogie's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Pacers lead by 4.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Nembhard. Outside, Finney-Smith. Outside for Green.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Substitution for your Pacers.
Unloads. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Tyrese.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Pacers out in front, up by 4, and we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
25.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And now Indiana on the fast break. Siakam lethal in transition.
And just a straight baller move from Siakam. I mean, shrugging off the coverage and keeping his focus on that basket.
Out to Thompson. Smith outside. Pass to Shepherd. Nembhard with a steal. Here's Halliburton. Halliburton finishes down low.
Halliburton's quickness and agility really makes him hard to deal with, especially when he's in close like that.
And it's Shepherd missing.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And the basket by Halliburton. And now it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And Clark, one thing this Rockets team is known for is their ferocity on the backboard.
Yeah, they were terrific retrieving their own misses, and they played with a grit and a toughness that I thought belied the team's youth, and that's a good foundation to build on. You've got tough-minded young players that are only going to get better. Keep an eye on this Rockets team. Yeah, you know, you're kidding yourself if you think Durant is going to back down from the opponent. Man, what a strong finish there.
Kevin Durant.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, BA, most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up his score over most any defender.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Kevin Durant, as effortless as a scorer as this league has ever seen. He said, I'm not really flashy with how I play anymore. I just try to look for the best shot and be simple and easy with my game. Fly under the radar a bit. After every shot, I just run down the court and get back on defense. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Allie. Back to Şengün.
Assist from
And Şengün, throw it down.
Junior.
How about the bounceability of Şengün getting himself way up there?
Timeout call, Houston. The 2025 playoffs had some incredible comebacks, Clark. Indiana had some all-timers.
That was absolutely unreal. The excitement, the drama, the close finishes. I mean, unbelievable. How about these wins for the Pacers? Down by 7 with less than 40 seconds against the Bucks. Got it done. Also trailed by 7 with under a minute versus the Cavs. Won that one. And losing by 9 in the last minute against the Knicks and came through again with a win. And even in the finals, they made some miraculous comeback wins against OKC. Had at least one miraculous comeback win. So an amazing clutch playoff performance by the Indiana Pacers.
And here's Shepherd for 3. Great D that time from O'Connell. Indiana leading by 6. Halliburton on the attack. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
Halliburton, such a special player, and his rush hour handles round out his game.
That's tipped. Mikata with a steal. Here's Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Lets it go from deep. And Houston, another three.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Smith with it. And Walker picks him up defensively. KD splashes the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Smith outside. The kick to Durant. Houston working the ball around. Green for three. Pacers leading by 5. Knocked loose. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. For three, Durant. It's rebounded by Zubac. Pass to Walker. Back to Halliburton. Puts up a three. And the miss. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth.
The Rockets, 42.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Siakam outside. McConnell outside. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And we talk about Siakam's versatility. Well, there it is. Nice pass.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Kevin Durant.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Here's Durant. KD jams it straight down.
A three-level scorer, Durant is a pick-your-poison matchup for defenders.
McConnell outside. Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
McConnell outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That one on Capella.
First team foul.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
Yeah, and they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster is still very young with room to grow.
Five to shoot. Pass to Nembhard. Banked it in off the glass. And the Pacers lead by 9.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Durant for 3.